Hi everyone, and finally welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, it's been forever, it's been like 2 months and a day or something like that, but I'm finally back, and I am back in a different location. I now live in Montana. So what I really wanted to do with this video is just go over like what is going on, I guess. So I decided to move across the country from where I previously lived, and that was I just moved a few weeks ago, so it's very new, and I just want to go over why I moved, how it was, what I'm doing now, and all that, just in case you're interested, and just in case you're interested in moving yourself. And so here we go. So it was about probably mid-October that I started to like really want to get out of there. I knew that the job I was working at was not like my forever job. I was working there after graduation, and well, I started my junior year, so during graduation I was already there a year and a half, and I just really wanted to get out of there. I was still in my college town. I didn't want to be there, and if you've seen my last videos, I had just bought a house, and the plan for the house was to live in it and then move out and rent it no matter where I moved, whether I just moved to another place in town or if I moved to Montana. I knew that I was buying it to rent it, basically. So that process happened a little bit faster than I was expecting. I got a call for a job interview at a company, and then I got a second call, and then I got a third call, and then I was offered the job. And pretty much how I put it is, if I really want to make this huge life decision and move across the country, then it's mine. The job is mine. So after a lot of thought, I decided to take the job, and I put in my 2-week notice, I think like the next week at work, and I was done the day, like Thanksgiving Day was my technically last day. So it all happened just very fast, and I had to move everything from my house to my parents' house. And it took about, I'd say about 4 or 5 trips. And also, if you watch my videos and you know what this channel is kind of about, I resell on eBay and Poshmark. The biggest thing was moving all of that inventory home. I didn't have too much furniture because I knew that I wasn't going to stay there, so I didn't buy a couch or much in the kitchen or anything like that. So it took about 5 trips in my car, and my parents came up and helped me a little bit to get it all home. My mom is currently running my eBay business for me. I took some of the more expensive things. I just put like the most expensive things, like my Nordstrom haul I think that was 2 videos ago, I got a Nordstrom haul, and I brought those clothes, but she has everything else, and she's just helping me like sell it. She's shipping it. I'm working on Poshmark. I'm doing the sharing and everything. She's just shipping it for me. So that was fine. I got that all taken care of. I found a property manager for my house. That was quite the process, but I got it under control. There was only one in town, and they don't like to answer their phone, so I finally got it, and I got it under control, and they're currently working on putting somebody in there. I tried to find somebody, but then they kept like delaying the process, and they're like, well, I can't move in until then I can't move in until then. And so I'm like, you know what, forget it. Let the property manager do their job. That's what they're there for. And even if it costs me a little bit extra, that's fine. It's just they do the background check, they do everything. So I was just letting them do their thing. I haven't heard from them in a while, so I'm hoping that there's somebody in there. So we'll see. The other tenant is still on the other side, so that's good. It's still paying my mortgage, but I'm just not getting any of that extra income that I'll hopefully be getting pretty soon. And so that's taken care of, and all that's left after that is literally to move. I had to put in my 2-week notice, and that was pretty scary, but they were all very understanding, and they wished me the best. And yeah, basically I had 2 weeks. No, I didn't even have 2 weeks. The last day of my job was Thursday, and I started my new job on Tuesday, 2,000 miles away. So it was a little bit crazy. We left the day after Thanksgiving. It was me, my mom, my dad, and my aunt. My mom and my dad decided to drive out and drive back, and that way it was a little bit cheaper because the flights here are pretty expensive this time of year. So it was just cheaper for them and made more sense for them to drive out and drive back. So my aunt came, so then we each had one person in the car with us at all times. On Friday morning at 7:30, we picked up the rental that my parents drove, and we started our journey out to Montana from Pennsylvania. The first day we made it to Wisconsin, and it wasn't too bad. We got to see Chicago. That was pretty cool. I've driven through Chicago a few times, but every time it's pretty neat. And then the second day we hit a massive snowstorm blizzard in the upper part of Minnesota and North Dakota. We went like up North Dakota instead of like down South Dakota, because they both like were the same. They both met at the same spot. So we just went up because we thought that'd be a little better. Turns out it wasn't, but South Dakota got hit just as hard. So we got stuck in Bismarck, North Dakota overnight, and we had to stay there a little bit later the next day because it was still snowing and freezing. And just to let you know, North Dakota is not worth going to. There was a whole bunch of nothing, but we saw it either in the dark or it was a whiteout, so that's pretty unfair to say, but basically there was a bunch of nothing. But the cool thing is, though, it did clear up when we were going through the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. The interstate like cuts right through it, and so we were taking that interstate, and it was actually really cool. It was pretty neat. So if you ever get a chance to go there, I would highly recommend it. It was awesome. It was pretty short, but it was really cool. So then we made it, the next day we made it all the way to Montana. I'm in the I am in the western part of Montana. So we got here at 7 p.m. The plan was to get here at like noon. So then we had all day to unpack and everything. But we got here at 7 p.m. and we unpacked. We just threw everything in my room, and then we went to a hotel. I stayed with my parents that night, and then they ended up leaving the next day because they had a 3.5 day travel back. So Monday I had the day to myself because I started my job Tuesday. So Monday I was planning on getting my license, getting my license plates, getting all that stuff figured out. Turns out I did none of that. The management company didn't get what they needed from the other two girls. Oh, I forgot to mention that I moved in with 2 roommates. I found them on Facebook. They were looking for a roommate to help with the rent and everything, and I moved in with them. So there's 3 girls living in this house. It's really nice because like I'm with people. I'm not like completely by myself, and I split the rent with them as well. So it's pretty cheap to live out here compared to what I would have been paying in New York. Obviously, I was living in my rental house for free, but that's still income I could have had, I guess. So I was going to do all that Monday. Turns out I needed my title. I couldn't get my license without my driver's license without my lease. I couldn't get my lease because they didn't have what they needed from the other girls, and they don't like to answer their telephone. So the management company, not the roommates. So I didn't get any of that done. So I basically just like got my room all together and all situated and everything, and it was fine. And then Tuesday I started my new job. That was very scary, but it actually kind of worked out because they had like a training, a new hire training, I think that's what they called, from like all their different branches all around, and they all like flew here, and they just put me in that because that where I'm working is where they were doing it. And they just put me in that, so it was like a really good introduction to the company and to like all their ideals and everything like that. So that was really good. I didn't really get to meet the people that I work with, but it's fine. So I've been here about 2 weeks now, and honestly, I'm loving it. It's really awesome. I've had to figure out how to do a lot of things by myself. Not really like too much. I was doing the things by myself in New York, but like I had my parents just an hour and a half away, so now I gotta like figure out what I need to do on the weekends since I'm by myself and I'm not going home, and since I like don't have any like old friends here, I gotta meet new friends and everything like that. So that's basically it. I'm just trying to take it one day at a time. I'm having a lot of fun doing so though, and exploring the area. So now I just want to like give encouragement to people who are thinking about doing this. I would highly highly recommend doing it because it just puts you out of your comfort zone, and you just learn a lot of new things about yourself that you wouldn't have otherwise not known about yourself. And you just kind of get to blaze your own trail, I guess. I know that's corny, but basically that's what you're doing. Like, I was just stuck in the routine of like working this job that I hated and then going home on the weekends and coming back to work and all that stuff. So I moved here and I'm actually like trying to figure everything out, I guess. So it's really awesome, and I am a huge homebody and I'm okay. So if you are a homebody, you're gonna be okay. I'm sure there will be some hard times to come, and I'm sure that I can get through them, but you just got to take it one day at a time. And it's awesome, and it's a new place, and I'm really enjoying this new place. And I also want to mention that my job is one that there's a lot of movement within a company. It's a national company, but there's like a lot of movement and a lot of like relocation opportunities. So right now the plan is to be here like a year or a year and a half, and then like you can't relocate until you get promoted, and there's like a certain time frame you get promoted. So like I can't relocate right now. So I'll be hopefully, I don't even want to say hopefully, maybe I can relocate, and I will have the opportunity to relocate in about 15 months or so. But hey, I might like this so much that I don't want to relocate and I just work my way up the ranks here. That might be the case as well. So that's the plan right now. I'm just thinking about like a year out. That's like kind of just a milestone that I want to reach, and then we'll see where I am from there. But I mean, I'm only 2 weeks in, so I got 50 more weeks to go. But that's where I've been. That's what I've been up to. I've been thrifting a little bit for the reselling side of my channel. I've been thrifting a little bit. I've been really picky because I don't have too much space to do anything. I didn't bring my mannequin or anything like that. So I found a few good things today actually, and a lot because there's a college here, so it's like a lot of college kids like donate stuff, and so I found a few nice clothes and a few nice hard goods that I'm gonna sell. And my eBay has been picking up quite a bit, surprisingly, because Christmas is pretty close. But yeah, my eBay's picking up, and yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to let you know what I've been up to, where I have been, and I'm hopefully going to try to make some more videos soon. So thank you for your patience, and thank you for all the new subscribers that I have, and just keep on subscribing. All right, guys, see you next time.